Hello, hello, hello. Thanks for joining me again for another edition of Friday Night Live. It's a bit later than usual, and I had some dinner with some amazing people, some wonderful friends, and we had some excellent conversation. Just stimulates your brain flow, and it's one of those events where you realize how much you have in common with one another as individuals, and you realize how your experiences are intertwined in ways that you wouldn't have thought of, and one of the common threads from our conversations had to do with intention and using your intention to create the desired outcomes in your life, so that you're not living by default. You're not at the effect of what's going on in your circumstances, in your surroundings, but you can create the outcome that you want through your positive intention, through your direct intention, through your focused attention. And there are all sorts of examples that we can look at to see this happening, and some of that can be a little bit scary. There's a lot of trepidation that's happening in the world right now, and there's also a lot of excitement because there's great opportunity for us as humanity to come together for a greater good, to intend to pull together with our positive causes that we know are for the benefit of all involved, benefit of humanity, to the benefit of our animal friends. This is all about intending for the outcomes that we so passionately believe in. And I got to where I am in my life through intention. I knew I wanted to become a dentist at a very young age, and I was very deliberate in choices that I made so that I could get to that end point. It's not an end point, but to have gone through the education system and gotten to the point where, yes, I was a licensed dental professional, a dentist. All right, that's an outcome that I desired. And of course, that's the beginning of everything else, right? But it took a lot of direct action, concerted action, planning. That's a concrete example, I believe. But, this works on an emotional level too. This works in our friendships. This works in our work relationships. This works in long-distance relationships. When we are clear in our mind that we want to strengthen a relationship, let's say, or that we want to settle what feels like a disagreement, then we can bypass or we can circumvent tensions when we acknowledge that they're there, but we know that we're coming from a place that's true in our heart, and we trust that the other person or people are coming from a place that they know that's the best that they can do. They're doing the best that they can do. And when we understand that we're all doing the best that we can do to the best of our abilities, it helps with a mindset shift. It helps us realize that, well, if I'm doing my best and these other folks are doing their best, then we can trust that we're going to get to that end result that we want. When we can have that trust and faith and confidence that things can happen as we intend, our outcome might be achieved. But it's helpful to know that, for me, it's helpful to know that in my heart, I know that it's going to work out. And what's wonderful is finding the evidence of things working out that I've intended in ways that I hadn't anticipated. It's like a little pleasant surprise. Like when someone reaches me and they say, wow, your videos mean so much to me, and they're from halfway across the world, and they'll share with me the positive impact that it's had in their life. And I had no way of knowing that otherwise if we hadn't have had that personal interaction. So I know that I'm reaching people, this is an example, and I'm trusting that someone will benefit from it, and I trust that I benefit from it. But it takes some faith, and it takes some positive intention. And so before I hit the go live button here on my phone when I'm talking with you, I'm intending that my message is gonna reach the right people, and it will be received in the perfect way that's beneficial to everybody involved. And so I hope that that is a positive inspiration for you, that you might find ways that you can give a positive intention, direct attention to what it is that you want to create, an outcome that you desire for yourself or for others, and see what happens. Write it down. Maybe write down what your starting point is right now. You know, at this moment, go to your journal or pull out a Post-it note or just a piece of printer paper and write down, what is your intention? What is a goal that you want to achieve? It doesn't have to be a big major one. It doesn't have to be an amazing milestone. You know, it could be something that feels smaller, but important to you, something that's important to you, and that could feel real if you achieved it. You know, it could mean that you're going to receive a phone call from someone who's important to you. See if that works. Put out that intention that you're going to have a very meaningful conversation with somebody that you wouldn't have thought otherwise that would happen. And watch what happens. You know, I think that that's maybe a more etheric message, but you can also write down goals if you're a student, that you're going to have gotten through, you know, so many chapters or lessons, and you're not exactly sure how you're going to manage that as far as the time that you have or your energy, but you're intending that you're going to be prepared for the exam that's coming up for you next week, let's say. And you'll find out that by creating that intention, that positive intention, and that direct application of your thought and focus to the end result that you want, you're going to find a way of making it happen. And it's kind of fun to see that evidence, you know, to know that what you've just put your mind to and you poured your heart into, that it's good. You're going to end up with a great result, or with the outcome that you desire. And so I hope that's helpful for you. It was helpful for me to go through this thought process and doing this video, and that's part of my intention too, right? Is that I'm helping other people, but I'm helping myself too. And so I'm glad that you joined me here tonight. Leave a comment for me or say hello. Let me know if you have any questions about this. Share this video or like my Facebook page if you feel so inclined, and if you can think of anybody who, you know, would have a few minutes to just click on play and get some meaningful insights for them, then please share this. And I hope you join me next week. And also you can visit my YouTube page and subscribe to that channel as well. All right, all. Have a wonderful evening and weekend, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.